Hey, Zarina Matcha here. Today I'm talking about Amazon ads. Yeah. What are Amazon ads? So Amazon ads or Amazon marketing services are tools that all authors can use in order to have their books being advertised to customers. And there are two types of ads. There are sponsored products ads. Whenever you are on the Amazon page and you're looking for anything and you see at the bottom below it says sponsored products, those are all products which are being paid for by customers, and you'll see products related to what's being shown. The way in which you use sponsored products, the way in which people create them, is by using keywords, and the keywords are so important and so crucial to your success regarding Amazon ads, which I'm going to touch on in a bit. The other type of Amazon ads are product display ads, and these are literally displays of the product, and these always show at the side. You'll see the product being displayed, and you'll also see it on your Kindle home screen and screensaver. So sponsored product ads are great because you don't have to spend a lot to generate sales. 2020 is really the year where I really started to go ham on Amazon ads, and it was actually the first time since publishing that I was actually seeing consistent book sales on Amazon. Before that, I was selling my books when I go and do like physical book sales, like at either poetry events or libraries, but I wasn't really selling anything on Amazon. I wasn't really selling my ebooks. This is basically why people do Amazon ads. If you're a new author, nobody knows about you, doing Amazon ads is a really great way to do sales. I have done Facebook ads, but I'm not really going to talk about them in this video. I'm going to leave that for another time. You can either do automatic targeting, which is where Amazon basically automatically picks keywords for you, and it shows your book alongside other books which it considers relevant, which the algorithm picks up. Or you can do manual targeting, which I strongly recommend. You can decide what your book is going to be shown against by having your whole batch of keywords. So let's start with showing you guys Publisher Rocket. So with Rocket, if you want to have Amazon keywords, you go to AMS keyword search. So I'm clicking on AMS keyword search. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for keywords for my romance books. Contemporary, new, adult, romance, and then you click go get on Rocket. It shows you an entire list of keywords that you can use, right? You can switch it, by the way, between the USA, the UK, and Germany. And you can also choose whether or not you want it to be an ebook or a regular book. So with your keywords, you can have up to 1,000, and you can use other author names and other author books. I click on targeting, which I have done here. So this is all of the keywords, right? And it basically shows you which keywords are getting the most clicks. And which are actually making you money, which are costing you the most. When you create a campaign, you have to set a bid, and your bid is basically how much you're willing to pay per click. Because every time somebody clicks on your book, you have to pay something, and that's obviously why the ads cost you money. I've paid this £673 and I've generated that much, which I know it looks terrible, but it's because I'm still kind of fresh with this. This particular set of ads I've been doing for a few months. Cost per click. So this is the average amount you pay for each click. So yeah, so as you can see with my UK ads, it's really not that much. These are very, very low amounts. If we compare that to my US ads, cost per click is a little bit more. Some of them it's like over $1. I don't know why. I guess because maybe Amazon US is more competitive, but I've literally just been focusing on Amazon UK ads. By the way, I'm talking more about my Kirk ads and not my other ones, just because they're the ones I'm kind of focusing on right now. But obviously, if you see on the screen, you can see I've done ads before, and I did them in little groups. So for example, I was doing ads for Anne and Around Midnight, and I was making sales, but also all of last year I dropped all of my Zarina Matcha books to 99p and 99 cents, which obviously generated a lot in terms of sales because they were very cheap. The money I got was not much because I think it was maybe like 20 or 30 quid. Yeah, I stopped doing the ads because it was just too expensive. £2 is kind of like a nice budget. You can literally use as little as £2 per day. So yeah, you want to pick a daily budget. You can add budget rules, but I've not bothered with those. I've been doing down only just because I don't want to lose money. So basically that means that because I've done down only, it means that I won't be paying any more than this. So these are the maximum amounts I will pay. That's a good way to make sure that you're not overspending. Initially I did up and down, but you end up spending more money much faster. Impressions are the amount of times, the amount of times your ads are displayed. Negative keywords are keywords that you don't want people to search for. So for example, if we look at these keywords, these are all the words which people are going to search for. The keywords are all of the things which people will search for. So somebody searches this and then your book will come up in the sponsored product. This is like new adult romance, contemporary romance, you know, a little steamy box set. Like, these are all relevant, right? So obviously this book isn't free, it's $5.99. So nothing, no dark romance, no football, nothing free. If I didn't want my book to come up when someone searched this, I would click add as negative exact. But I'm actually going to add it as a keyword because it generated a sale. Here we have suggested bids, so we'll tell you what number it suggests you bid it. I don't usually bother with exact because that basically means that someone has to search that exact term, and those are usually more expensive and much harder. It's much less likely you're going to find that. Broad means that the words will have something, so it could be like books with sex or romance books or humor sex, something like that. Phrase means that will have this specific phrase in the thing. So you might see something like books with sex, romance, you know what I mean? So yeah, I usually just use these two and yeah, that's fine. 38p. Clean romance box sets. I'm going to add this as a negative exact keyword. And the reason why I'm adding it as negative exact is because I don't want this exact phrase to come up. But I'm not going to add it as negative phrase because someone might search romance box set. I don't want clean romance because my books aren't clean romance, but romance box set is fine. Okay, cool. So sponsored products, sponsored brands. So making a campaign, do daily budget of £2. Manual targeting always, down only, call it ad group, for example. So still do it for this. So it's brought me a lot of keywords that I can potentially use. Yeah, it's already basically just done the work for me, which is nice. So choose a bid, I'm going to do 33. So I'm going to delete anything that says free because the book is not free. So what you do, I'll show you this again as an example. So AMS keyword search, so we'll just export this. Right. Then what I do is I do copy, enter the list. So paste, and then because right it's faster doing it like that rather than doing like individual, because I've clicked phrase and I've clicked broad. If I do the whole thing, then I'll either get Forbidden to Love or I'll get Siobhan Davis. You know what I mean? It's quicker rather than doing like individual. So if I click add keywords, don't have suggested bids, so I do that. Negative exact as well, so negative phrase, so anything like with free, mafia, sci-fi, self-help. It's just anything you don't want it to come up with. 99p, etc, etc. Oh yes, also, right, campaign build budget should not be less than any bid. Okay, so this is interesting. Probably have some bids which are like £2, that's why. Yep, there we go. Perfect! And there we have created thingamabobby. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know them below and stay beautiful. Your mama said sub cause she a sub, yo. Sub to the subscribe, yo. Subscribe, yo, yeah.